I've never contested before. I came out for that position unopposed as a royal daughter that I am. And the primary school teacher told him that he will make sure that he does not amount to anything in that school. For Yorubas, Ninu Ekpe, Ninu Adura, Wafi Konroshe, that is to say, in prayers or in curse, I will send one to her. Of joy, how will you shout? NSPPDs, how will you shout? Good morning, Papa. Good morning, church. I'm super excited to be here this morning to testify of the goodness of God in my life and that of my family. A little backstory. In 2010, I got pregnant out of wedlock, and considering where I was born, the church I was born in, the fear of Ochiazu, if you know what that is, was the beginning of wisdom. And for me, I contemplated a lot of things. In fact, I had booked an appointment to terminate my son. But thankfully, a day before that appointment, I got a call, and the rest is history. Now, fast forward. Even my parents disowned me because the kind of parents they were, or they are, in the church. It was a shame. It became a struggle. To feed became a problem. Even to take care of him as a single mom became a problem. But I kept struggling until 2020. 2020, October to be precise. One of those days I was just going through WhatsApp status, and I stumbled on a friend's status, and we got talking. For no reason, I started speaking up what I was going through. And in her words, she said that she's going to introduce me to an altar of fire. Meanwhile, before that time, I had seen the prayer on Facebook, but I went past it. And she told me, she said she's going to introduce me to a prayer platform, NSPPD. And she said, for Yorubas, Ninu Ekpe, Ninu Adura, Wafi Konroshe, that is to say, in prayers or in curse, I will send one to her. And that was how the journey started. And when I started, there was every Wednesday, that period, there was always this prayer point: stop them before they stop you. And on that particular day, even data was a problem. So that particular day, I after praying, I didn't know that my son had been struggling. So now, whilst I was growing up, I went through a lot of challenges that I felt that it was just a norm, not knowing that it was a pattern. I didn't know my son was already going through that pattern in school and did not tell me. And the primary school teacher told him that he will make sure that he does not amount to anything in that school. So the struggle kept on. And after that prayer, being on NSPPD altar, I kept praying. On that faithful day, stop them before they stop you. After prayers, I just slept off. Sleeping, even if it was the president that called me that day, I didn't just want to know, I just wanted to sleep. A call kept coming on. Lo and behold, it was the head teacher. And she told me, she said, that my son will be honored. They want to honor my son. I said, honor my son. What for? She said, I should be excited that my son wants to be honored. I said, yes, I'm excited, but what's the honor? And she didn't say anything. She said I should just make sure that he comes out very clean. He goes to school clean anyway. But he's going to be an example to his fellow pupils. I said, okay. I now stood up, went that day, did my own do. Then, that evening, it dropped in my spirit that it was prefect inauguration. And I said, prefect inauguration, and they are telling me a day before. Now, on that day, they went for it, and lo and behold, he was the assistant head boy. Now, this is the story. For a child that was told that he's not going to amount to anything, from primary 3, there was somebody already who was always preferred and was given the preferential treatment and was coming first. My son came out as the first position. That was the first one, primary school. moving forward, he continued secondary school and he went on and on and on. Now, the one that made me say, I want to come and say this testimony. I was here in Abuja on the day that the testimony of the Muslim woman who had David and the twins and Samuel was mentioned. At the mention of Samuel, I got a message from the school and I saw it. It was my son being brought out on the assembly. I was panicking. I said, I hope all is well, because I was here in Abuja. I said, I hope all is well. Now, they now said that he saw a huge amount of money in the school premises and took it to the school authorities. So now the announcement was to congratulate him and also make him an example of to other students in school. Now, the recognition that was given to him for character is a recognition that even the school authorities have been working towards to get. But it was given to my son on a platter of gold. And also, he was overall best in his studies. Now, also on NSPPD altar, his British passport was given to him. Protocols were broken. Now, for me, it has been a pattern. I've always had this thing that, oh, yeah, what is yours will be yours. If it does not come to you, then. But NSPPD altar made me know, and Papa made me understand that, hey, if you have to go for it, go for it. By fire, not even by thunder. So I went for it, and his award was given to someone else on the day of graduation, but after the process, it was given back to him. Now, my own testimony. I've always struggled, like I said. The first time I stepped foot, I've always done online, but I stepped foot here the first time, 2024, November to be precise. I was very black. I had veils. I didn't know I had veil covering me. Each time I walked around for a career I've been in for over 2 decades, each time I walk around, I'm being called another person's name. I didn't know what was happening. I came that day. I didn't know that what we do online is even child's play. On this place, live, I saw the fire. By the next day, the real Grace Ama came out. I started having recognitions. And I've been looking for a visa I had my son in the UK, and since then everything ceased. Then applying for visas, I would get several visas and I would not be able to travel for no reason. On that day, after I left here in December, I got a Schengen visa, all expense paid. Now, from that day, it has been back to back to back. And currently, or last year, when I came to Abuja, I also stayed there. I was always praying on the altar every day like a mad woman. And an opportunity came for me to contest an election. I've never contested before. I came out for that position unopposed. As a royal daughter that I am, nobody can contest with me. And I went there and I won the election. To the glory of God, I have come to say thank you to Elroi. My son is 15 years today. To the glory of God. That child that they said cannot amount to anything is doing great works for Elroi. What God cannot do. Thank you so much, Papa. May the oil on your head never run dry, sir. Uche Chukwu is saying hello. God bless you, sir. Thank you, sir.